Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Students, in the last lecture, we learned about Wilcoxon signed rank test and start the topic of Wilcoxon sum rank test. Now, in this lecture, we continue the topic of Wilcoxon sum rank test for independent samples. The Wilcoxon rank sum test for independent samples. Students, first of all, I explain the difference between Wilcoxon sum rank test and the previous that those topic we understand. Wilcoxon signed rank test, find the difference. Students, the major difference in Wilcoxon rank sum test is that those samples that are given, those two samples that are given in a problem, both have different sizes. Mostly students, those problem, when you see the problem of Wilcoxon rank sum test, then you see the difference between two samples clearly. Mean if number of one sample is n is equal to 9 and other sample n is equal to 20. Understand? Mean difference between the problems of Wilcoxon sum rank test. But in the Wilcoxon signed rank test, the number of two samples or sizes of two samples are always same, mostly in our problems. And the second one is the null and alternative hypothesis in rank sum test is that the two samples that taken from populations are identical for null hypothesis we take, and for alternative hypothesis these samples are not identical. Identical mean H not identical and H1 is not identical. Now, first of all, students, we understand a problem, then we write the procedure of the Wilcoxon sum rank test. I think so this is the best way to understand this topic, this test. Let's see. Example is 24.5. The two samples below are from the two populations assumed to be identical. Test the null hypothesis using the Wilcoxon rank sum test. Okay, that the two medians are equal against the alternative hypothesis that the median of the first population is greater than the of the second population. Students, in this problem, null and alternative hypotheses are defined. How this defined? Let's see. This line understand. Take this line understand. Take that the two medians are equal. That two median in null hypothesis are equal against the alternative hypothesis that the median of the first population is greater than the second population. So, when we check the null hypothesis, median M1 is equal to M2 and M1 median is greater than M2. Okay, students, if in a problem this statement not given, if in a problem this statement that the median of the first population is greater than that of the second population, these lines if not given in a problem, only study the first lines that two medians are equal against alternative hypothesis. Then students, we take against this line that median not equal. Okay, and when in null hypothesis median are equal and in second H1 median not equal, then this is a two-tail test. And if greater or less sign comes in alternative hypothesis, then we say this is one-tail test. Okay, student, this is the main difference. And these samples, sample 1 from the one population are this, and sample 2 are this. Students, where M1 and M2 are the median of the first and second population respectively. Second step, you find out the significance level, that is alpha is equal to 0.05. Normally this significance level given in a problem, I write in the problem alpha is equal to 0.05, you use. In the third step, like the previous test, find the test statistics. The test statistics to be used is capital R. Students, in the previous test we used for the test statistics is capital T, but this test we use capital R, the sum of ranks of sample 1. Okay, student, this is a very important step. Test statistics denoted as capital R for Wilcoxon sum rank test, the sum of the rank of sample 1. Students, for test statistics we add only always the sample 1 values, the sum of ranks of sample 1, the sum of ranks of sample 1. Okay, in the fourth step, students, computations mean arranging the observations of combined samples in order of increasing magnitude and underlying the observation from sample 1 we get. Students, simply you have to do only this sample and this sample. You write in the ascending order, okay, or you say on other way that increasing order, mean lower value to upper value. Okay, in this sample 1 and sample 2, most lower value is 22 and then 29 and up to so on, 22, 25, 31, 22 most lower value, and then 25, next 26, and next 29 up to so on. You have to range these values, two samples, and I write this 22, 25, 26 up to so on 49. Okay, and students, underline the sample 1 values. This is the sample 1, 38, 49, 45, 29. You underline all these 29, 31, 35, 38, 45 and 49. Okay, after that, assigning the ranks to these observation underlying the ranks of the observation from sample 1 we get. Students, now in this step we assign the ranks. How we assign the rank? Students, in previous test, Wilcoxon sign rank test, first of all we write in the ascending order. In previous, I talk about previous topic, previous test, Wilcoxon sign rank test. In Wilcoxon sign rank test, students, we arrange our observations, and after that we assign each value of the observations one number in ascending order, mean first value is 1, second is 2, third is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to so on. If the we seen that if two values are same, like 6, 6, 6, mean 3 times 6 comes, then we find out the mid value, mid rank value. Okay, and I discussed these things in the previous lecture. If students you have any problem about the rank of the Wilcoxon signed rank test, you listen the previous video. Now in Wilcoxon sum rank test, how we rank these values. First of all, students, simply you assign each values, start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. Okay, first of all we assign these values, and these are the ranks. Now next we check that those values, those observations are same. Let's see, students, we seen that these two observations 31 and 31 are same observation, and also check, and I think so no more same observation. Students, for the same observations, those rank we assign like 6 and 7 for this. Students, find out the midpoint of 6 and 7 rank, mean 6 plus 7 divided by 2. Okay, and answer 6.5 comes. So we assign these 31 and 31 rank is 6.5 and 6.5, and remaining all are same. Okay, students, rule is that for Wilcoxon signed rank test is those 2 or 3 or 4 values are same, we add the above ranks, those we allotted like 6, 7, okay, and find the midpoint of these ranks, and after that those answer comes, and we allotted these values, this rank 6.5 for 6.5. And let's see, students, for 22 rank is 1, 25 2, 26 rank is 3, 29 rank is 4, 30 rank is 5, but 31 or 31 rank is 6.5. I explained already, 6.5 for both, and remaining all 35 8, 37 9 all are same. Okay, students, underline values shows the sample, the rank of sample 1. Students, now in the test statistics we learnt in the test statistics that the sum of the ranks of sample 1, always sum of the ranks of sample 1. Let's see, we add students these underline values 4, 6.5, 8, 10, 13 and 15, and result with equal to 56.5. And students, in the fifth step we find out the critical region. We will find the critical region. For critical region, first of all, let's see, student, we find out the value of number of samples in the sample 1, and number of values in the sample 2 is, and the values in the sample 1 is n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, n1 is equal to 6, and in the sample 2 n2 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. n2 is 9. So n2 is 9 and n1 is 6. The critical region will consist of, students, this is the formula to find out the critical region for Wilcoxon sum rank test. So capital R less than the smaller table values, or capital R the larger table values. Students, here we first of all seen the table of Wilcoxon sum rank test is, this is the table for Wilcoxon sum rank test. Wilcoxon sum rank test. Students, N1 shows these and N2 shows these values. And students, here N1 is equal to 6. N1 is equal to 6 and N2 is 9. So N1 is equal to 6 and N2 is equal to 9. So corresponding value of 6 and 9 is this box comes. And students, if our problem have two tail test, then we use above two values. Then we use for test statistics, for critical region above these two values. But if we have one-sided test, then we use below values, below two values, these. Okay. And students, these two below values shows the one-sided test, but our problem is one-sided test, so we use below values 33 and 63. So formula 33 and 63, sorry. Okay. Students, R, capital R less than the smaller table values, or capital R the larger table values. Students, the smaller table values, this table value we check which value is smaller. 33 is smaller, so 33 we write in this 33 in this smaller value, and capital R shows the computational value 56.5. So 56.5, right? Students, check this, either 33 is greater than or equal to 56.5. This is true or not? Not true. This is wrong. Okay. And secondly, you have to check capital R greater or equal to large table values. Mean capital R is 56.5 and large table value is in from this is the 63. Let's see, check either 56.5 is greater or equal to 63. This is true or not? Not true, students. Okay. These two things not hold. Either you check this or check this. If these not true, if this relation not true, then we can say that our computed value not lies in the critical region. If this this statement holds, mean this statement is true. If this statement is true, then we say our value lies in the critical region. Our computed value lies in the critical region. So conclusion is, since the computed value capital R is equal to 56.5 does not fall in the critical region, we therefore cannot reject our null hypothesis. Okay. Students, this is one problem, and now let's see, we check another problem for Wilcoxon sum rank test. After completing these two problems, then we write the proper procedure of Wilcoxon sum rank test. Then you understand easily what is the procedure, how we write this procedure. You can do yourself after understanding these problems of the procedure of Wilcoxon sum rank test easily. Students, problem number 24.56 is, given the two samples below, use the Wilcoxon rank sum test to test the null hypothesis that the population medians are equal against the alternative hypothesis that they are not equal. Students, the null hypothesis that the population median are equal. Okay. Here we understand easily, the null hypothesis mean those we take median always equal, M1 equal to M2. Okay. But the alternative hypothesis that are not equal. When alternative hypothesis not equal, then we understand this is a two-sided test. Okay, students, I write M1 not equal to M2, and alpha is equal to 0.05 you can use, and sample 1 are given and sample 2 is also given. Students, in sample 1 the number of values are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. N1 is equal to 12, but in this sample 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. N2 is equal to 15. Okay. Students, N2 is 15. But in the previous problem, N1 is, I think so, in the previous problem, N1 is equal to 6 and N2 is 9. Now, we understand this null and alternative hypothesis. M1 and M2 are the medians of the first and second population respectively. Students, significance level here we use in a problem given alpha is equal to 0.05 as both N1 and N2 exceed 10. Students, in the third step, you know, this is the step of test statistics. If the number of size of the sample 1 and sample 2 is greater than from 10, if the number of sample size is greater than from 10, students, then we use another way of for the test statistics. If our n of the two samples, first sample and second sample, first sample is greater than 10 or second sample greater than 10, then only one sample, maybe one greater than n is equal to 10 and second n is equal to n2 is equal to 10, greater than 10. Then students, we use the previous greater than, then we use this method that I will explain inshallah in this problem. But if n less than n1 and n2, not adding these n1 and n2, only n1 less than or n2 less than, okay, in a problem given, then we use the previous test statistics that I explained already in the previous problem for Wilcoxon signed rank test. Okay, as both n1 and n2 exceeds 10, the test statistics to use this formula, students, z is equal to capital R minus mu R over sigma R. We use this formula for test statistics when n1 is greater than 10 or n2 is greater than 10. Now, which, if h naught is true, is approximately standard normal. Okay, students, in the calculation, in the computations, I explain the value of mu r and sigma r. What is the formula of mu r and sigma r? I explain in the computation for this problem. First of all, in the computation, fourth step, arranging the observation of the combined samples in order of increasing magnitude. Mean, first of all, we write like the previous example, we rearrange our sample values in the increasing magnitude, or in other words, you say ascending order, mean lower value to upper value, and underline the observation from sample 1. Those taken from sample 1, we underline. Okay. Let's see, students, we start 27, we are 27, I think so, 27. This is the 27. Students, first of all, we start, this is the lower value, we start from 27 to up to onwards greater values, we write in the ascending order these twos. 27, 28, 32, 34, 34 up to so on, we student write these two samples and underline these sample 1 values 27, 28, 35, 35, 37, 39, 40, 42, 44, 45, 46, 40, 50. Okay, students, replacing the observations with their ranks, with the ranks of the observation from the sample 1 underline. Students, simply we given the ranks like the previous example, first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 and 25, 26 and 27. Students, I assign the ranks all these observations from start from 1 to up to so on. Students, let's see, check those values are same and find out the midpoint of these similar values. Let's see, students, 34 and 34 are the similar values, mean we find the difference between 4 and 5, mean add 4 plus 5 divided by 2 and the result will equal to 4.5. Similarly, 35 and 35 mean check the rank 6 and 7, 6 plus 7 divided by 2 and difference is 6.5, and up to so on 37, 37 and 37. Students, 37 is 10, 11 and 9, 10 and 11. These two threes are same. 37, 37, 37, 9, 10 and 11 are the ranks, and find out the midpoint. 9, 10 and 11 is 10 is the midpoint for these. So up to so on we write this. First one we write 27 is 1 rank, 22, 28 is 2 and 32 is 3. 34 and 34 rank is 4.5, 4.5, 35, 35, 6.5, 6.5 and 36 is 8 and 37, 37, 37, 9, 10 and 11 rank is midpoint. Find out the midpoint. 9, 10 and 11. This is the mid is 10. So I assign 37, 37, 37 rank is 10, 10, 10. Up to so on, students assign these ranks similarly. Okay. Now students, we add the underlying ranks. We know we always add the underlying ranks. That is the sample 1, which is equal to 142.5 capital R. Now N1 students 12 and N2 is 15. These are the sizes of sample 1 and sample 2 respectively. Therefore mu R we use, students, you know in the test statistics we have to find mu R and sigma R. The formula we use mu R for test statistics and find N1 into N1 plus N2 plus 1 divided by 2, putting the values, and our result is equal to 168, which is equal to mu R. And secondly, students, second formula is sigma R for test statistics. Sigma R is equal to R in the subscript N1 N2 into N1 plus N2 plus 1 divided by 12 square root. Students, putting the values, and our result is equal to 20.49. This is the sigma R. Our test statistics because is this, because our N1 is greater than 10 and N2 is greater than 10. Students, either N1 greater than 10, then we use this formula, or N2 greater than this, or both greater than this, we use this formula. If both values N1 is less than 10 and N2 less than 10, then we use the previous test statistics that we use in the previous problem for Wilcoxon sum rank test. Students, when we solve these, and results is equal to minus 1.24, this is the value of Z. In the fifth step, we have to find the critical region. Students, this is the Z value, and Z value, you know, the table of the Z value is, students, let's see, we check the table of Z value is, okay, students, critical values of Z for most frequent used values of alpha are given below. Students, when our significance level is 0.05, in the start I say we use the significance level 0.05, and our test is two-tailed test, then we use this value Z alpha by 2 is equal to plus minus 1.96. But in this problem, we write again for plus minus, we write for plus minus Z mod greater or equal to plus 1.96. Students, our value is Z, which is equal to plus minus 1.96. These are the given in a problem, negative value and positive value. Okay, but we write this is as Z mod greater than or equal to plus 1.96 for critical region in this problem, for this test. Okay, students, I think so this is the value, z is equal to plus 1.96 and minus 1.96. But when we use Wilcoxon sum rank test, then we use the sign of greater than for z, not equal. Okay, this is the not conversion for in the complex analysis like we study. This is not the conversion, but in Wilcoxon sum rank test we use greater than sign for z for the critical region. Okay, students, put the value of z, which is 1.24, and check 1.24 is greater than 1.9496. Not, this is the wrong. If students this statement is wrong, then I say that our computed value cannot lie in the critical region. If this statement is true, then we say that our values lies in the critical region. Okay, this statement used only when n1 is greater than 10 or n2 is greater than 10 for Wilcoxon sum rank test. So conclusion is that the computed value of the z is equal to minus 1.24 does not fall in the critical region. We therefore cannot reject our null hypothesis. Okay, students, this is the examples of Wilcoxon sum rank test. Hopefully you understand these two examples. If you have, students, any problem, then write in the comment box. And next, inshallah, we write the procedure of Wilcoxon sum rank test in the next lecture. Okay, Allah Hafiz.